vicious. I'm fed up dismissing the competition.
Okay, Steph Viper 4567 here with more thoughts on this week's TNA Impact. Again, this was the final show in Manhattan Center in New York City before I think they go to Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, which I think starts from next week for the next couple of weeks anyway. And yeah, so this week's Impact wasn't particularly excellent in my opinion. I thought it wasn't great. Like, I didn't think it was probably better than Raw by about a millimeter, maybe less. I felt like I had to force myself to watch it this week because I thought some of the matches were okay, some of them were pretty poor. Like, all we really had was one little thing. 6 matches were all based on the one kind of like stipulation, like the New York City Gold Rush fucking thing, which I thought was a bit stupid in my opinion. I think they could have just had a number one contender shot for the world title instead of saying they can pick the title they want, like say the X Division, the tag belts, or the world title. Like, personally, no disrespect to the other 2 titles, but if someone said to me like, what title you're going to pick the world title, it doesn't matter who you're facing. So that's why JB starts off saying we're going to have, this was Kurt Angle's idea. It's going to be a tournament, and then the 5 guys who win the 5 matches go into a 5-way match to see who will win the Gold Rush tournament. I didn't like the concept to it, to be quite honest, but some of the matches were okay, some were pretty poor. The main event was good. I thought it was good enough, just about. But nothing to get excited about this week. I thought, like, No Surrender was pretty decent, pretty good. This week was just... This is probably why Impact are so fucked up probably at times. But we'll get on with it. The first match, MVP defeats Low Ki in an okay match to kick off this tournament. MVP calls himself the real 305, all this nonsense and bullshit. I'm the baddest man alive, all this bollocks. But yeah. So, chop from Low Ki. MVP rams Low Ki off the turnbuckle to the floor, to the mat. That doesn't get anything, sorry. Clothesline from MVP gets 2. Beautiful drive-by kick from MVP. Slingshot from MVP. Needs to face him from MVP. MVP then drops the elbow. Drop kick from Low Ki, which was nice because MVP is about to throw him up in the air. He lands on his shoulders and then kicks him in the back. It was absolutely fucking beautiful. Stiff kick gets 2 for Low Ki. Insecurity then from Low Ki. Plancha then from him, and then the drive-by kick again gets the win. So, an okay match, like nothing really particularly. It got a little bit better as it went along, but overall it was just an okay match. So we'll get on to the next one, shall we? And then I think they were going to try and show the full highlights. They were showing like highlights from last week's No Surrender. Like, no offense, like, come on, get on. Like, No Surrender was last week. If you want to watch that, watch the previous week's show, or if you've taped it or whatever, or you're going to watch it on the internet or whatever. It's just wasting time in my opinion. It's the same with WWE to do that as well. Like, to keep going on and on. Like, on Raw they could show like Seth Rollins attacking Ambrose 4 times in one night. It's ridiculous, and that's not even including the time he does do it. It's just wasting time. And then if there's another big segment, they'll do that probably 2 or 3 times. So, but yeah, just I nitpick sometimes, but I just think sometimes really, do you need to do it? Next match, Tajiri defeats Robbie E in an okay match. Another one, stiff kicks from Tajiri. Crowd chant, "You still got it." Apparently, if you do kicks, you've still got it. There's a lot of guys actually in the crowd wearing WWE t-shirts. Like, come on. Seriously, NWOT. Like, that's WCW, man. Come on. Like, there's guys with... I seen one guy with Daniel Bryan t-shirt. I felt like saying, dude, you're not in WWE, man. You're watching TNA. Like, if I went to a local wrestling show... Like, I did wear a Sheamus t-shirt years ago when I was younger. I think I was 16. I went to an Irish... I had no other t-shirt because you can't get this promotion don't do t-shirts. So I said, fuck, I wear my Sheamus one. Because Sheamus used to be a part of it. Obviously, it was a WWE t-shirt, but still, Sheamus was a part of the product years and years ago. Because I remember actually seeing him, I think, about 10 years ago or something. But, like, that's not too bad. But, like, Daniel Bryan was never a part of TNA. And plus, I just think some guys can be a bit fucking... They can be retards at times, but... Hey, whatever. Clothesline gets 2 for E. Drop kick then from Tajiri. Handspring elbow gets 2. Tajiri... Tarantula from Tajiri, DDT from E gets 2. Green Mist and a kick to the face gets the win. Next then, Austin Aries defeats Knox, who used to be Mike Knox in WWE. Okay match, wasn't it? It was a little bit better than I expected. Knox actually, I think, has got much better. I'd say one thing, he's got better, I must say. He was out with the rest of his strange circus dudes. Drop kick from Aries, drop kick then from Knox, suicide dive onto Crazy Steve, and the Freak side slam gets 2. Crossbody from Knox gets 2. Knox then goes shoulder first into ring post. Drop kick from Knox, and then a brain buster from Austin Aries gets to it. Austin Aries is absolutely fucking that was beautiful. That brain buster is beautiful. It's a shame like he could see the fact I've seen better because obviously not, but like to lift up a guy who weighs over 300 fucking pounds, that's fucking amazing. So like the guy's a freak. Next match then, Mr. Anderson defeats Magnus. Again, it was kind of good. I don't know. I thought this was just felt okay in my opinion. Like all the matches have just been okay to me. Magnus sends Anderson face first into the canvas. That gets 2. Clothesline from Magnus from both guys, then close it on each other. Then a spinning neck breaker. Then a rolling senton gets 2. Magnus then with a suplex. It's like he goes for a suplex like a back. He's back. He's going to lift him up, and then he lands him down like that. It was absolutely fucking beautiful. That gets 2. Mike Check gets the win. Like all the matches are, in my opinion, feel kind of like short in my opinion, because I obviously had backstage interviews and they talked about the knockouts and all that, which I don't care. Apparently next week Gail Kim's going to take on Havoc for the knockouts title, which I thought they might wait till Bound for Glory, which ain't. Was it today's the 25th of September. It's not too far away. I think it's like 3 weeks, about 23 days, 24 days maybe. Like I don't know. I think they could have waited. And next week we're gonna find out the stipulation for the fourth and probably final match in the tag title thing. The Wolves obviously won, so they get to pick a stipulation, which could be interesting. I don't know when that match is going to be, because if it's next week, they're already just picking the stipulation. It might be the week after, or it might actually be at Bound for Glory. Because Bound for Glory, like you think after next week, it's only just under 2 weeks away, so they might as well. I think they should just fucking wait for Bound for Glory, in my opinion. What's the point of having the final match on an Impact when you can have it at your so-called, this is like their WrestleMania basically. It's their biggest show of the year. Why can't they do it on Bound for Glory? So I'm hoping that does, because like it's out in Tokyo. I'm actually gonna, after this video, I'm gonna check to see has it actually been taped or is it gonna be live. So next then we get Abyss versus Samuel Shore. Yeah. No offense, Abyss just can't do it anymore. Like I don't know much about Impact. I've watched throughout the years, but Abyss, the guy looks fucking, like I don't know, like he still can do it from time to time, but Samuel Shore I have no interest in. He rams Abyss' hand into the ring post and then wraps it into the steps. Black Hole Slam gets the win. Shit, man, that was probably the worst of all the matches. And then we get into the main event, which is the 5-way match. Austin Aries defeats Mr. Anderson, Tajiri, MVP, and Abyss in a good match. It was good. It was just about the good mark. So it started off really fucking poor. Swinging neck breaker from Anderson, and then Tajiri. Trade chops. Anderson goes shoulder first into the ring post. Drop kick from Aries. Hank Springera from Tajiri on Aries. Stiff kicks then from Tajiri, that gets 2. Again, another you still got it. If you done a move now that like required a bit more effort, no disrespect to kicks now, I'm not saying like, but come on, like Jesus Christ, kicks. If you done a tornado DDT that looked fucking so sick, like I'd say fair enough, but come on. And I've actually noticed there was, I think it's like the 5th or 6th row of the audience, you know, when they're facing towards the crowd, where the camera angle is. It's like the same guys were there for the past 4 or 5 weeks, like. So that's one thing I don't like about pre-recorded shows, like, it's just like, you're going to see the same people. There's a lot of the same people there. Like, it's kind of, I don't know, I'm not a nitpick am I, because they were all dressed up, that's how I remember them. And I goes like, do you guys have no fucking life? Like, I presume this was like 5-6 weeks in a row, 5-6 days in a row that they pre-recorded their shows, so like, come on, like, get a life. Yeah, where we got Anderson then with a backbreaker, Russian leg sweep from Aries, green mist to Abyss, to Tarantula from Jerry on Anderson, rolling senton from the second rope, drive-by kick gets 2 on Anderson, thanks to Aries breaking it up. Where are we? Fucking Baze Bay from MVP, a sweet suicide dive from Aries onto Abyss and MVP. Missile drop kick from Aries, and a roll up after counting the drive-by kick gets the win on MVP. Actually, before I actually reviewed this, after the first match I picked MVP to win, just had that sneaky feeling, but he didn't win. I wasn't expecting Austin Aries to win. I presume he'll go for the world title, because obviously I'm not being disrespectful, but like, why the fuck would you go for the X Division when you can go for the big prize? So yeah, we'll find out next week. Also that Watsy's decision. And I presume he'll take on Lashley either at Bound for Glory, or probably, knowing them, it'll be on Impact in 2 weeks or something. So yeah, so that's my review of Impact. Overall, the show itself was okay at best. It was probably the same level as Raw this week, maybe, even though the fact that it's an hour less. But they kept fucking they seem to fucking spike. They seem to like to promote their Bellator MMA. I might give it a look, but other than that, like, the show was okay. Like, there was no Lashley, there was no Dudleys or Team Treaty, no Hardys, no Wolves, no Bobby Roode. He's coming back next week. He's going to be talk about his future and all that lovely stuff. But yeah, so like, it was just a weird show. Like, I thought maybe for your last night in New York City, go out with a bang, literally, not go out with fucking a big massive tournament that I thought it didn't really work in way. I wouldn't say it didn't work. It would have worked if it was just for the world title. Like, Low Key and all them wouldn't have been in that match, because obviously Tajiri, Low Key, they're X Division in my opinion. Austin Aries has been world champion before, but the rest of them, like MVP, Abyss, Anderson, Grant, that's fair enough. Magnus was obviously a former world champ. I wouldn't mind him being in this match, but yeah. So I'll be back on, what day is it today? Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Back on Tuesday with a random pay-per-view review, and then I'll have Raw Wednesday and Impact. Have just the 3 videos this week. This is the last of the videos this week. Back to 3 next week. So it's been a busy week. I hope you enjoy your weekend, guys. So I'll talk to you guys on Tuesday afternoon for yet more edition of random pay-per-view reviews. Looking forward to that, and I will talk to you guys on Tuesday. And again, enjoy your weekend. So take it easy, guys.